the reason I'm here today is because as a child I used to have a similar machine to this. It was a compact Desk Pro 3 620E, and it had, well, the RAM count went up to 640K, and then it stopped. And as far as I can remember, it never went higher than that. So it only had 640K of RAM, as far as I remember. Now, I know that it ran Windows 3.1 in standard mode. Actually, that I'm not too sure of. Actually, I'm not too sure of a lot of things. So the point of this experiment, the point of this video, is to make this similarly equipped machine, bring it down to 640K of RAM, or lower. It has 4 megs installed in it now. And to see if, in fact, what's happened up here, what's been remembered up here, has in fact stayed true. So let's do this. Now this will probably be heavily edited because the BIOS, as I'm about to show you, is ridiculous. It has no advanced setup features. It's just kind of keyboard error. Okay, go to hell. CMOS setup. A lot of people are going to be familiar with this. So, I mean, nothing special. You pick your hard drive, your time and date. There is no auto detection here. That's it. So here, what we're looking at here is, we're going to change that. I mean, we're not going to change that. We're going to keep that. We're going to get rid of this. Now, I'm going to try it with the XCMOS setup, which I will show you in a moment. Right, so press delete if you want to run setup or extended setup. This is the manual that this came with. A neat SX. I've heard about this. It's a full, everything is in here telling you about the board, the RAM it takes, the chipset, and it also mentions a diskette, which software setup right there, which actually allows you to configure all sorts of stuff. If you don't have that diskette, which I don't, and I cannot find it anywhere, you are going to deal with this stuff. Advanced Neat Chipset Register Setup. This was set for the value of 11. Yep, 640K only. Let's confirm that by going into the BIOS, and indeed, so we have a base of 640K with no extended memory. So, off to the Windows races we go. And there it is, 0K of any type of extended memory. This is running DR-DOS version 7.03. Let's see how it handles any kind of extended memory mapping. Alright, EMM386 has already given us some errors. Let's see. I might have to rem some lines. Memory is being reported as 587K. Alright, now the problem I'm having with this is this has DR-DOS, and that's not what I had. Huh. Should I go ahead and install 6.22? Alright, so I couldn't get the even 3.0 to run. I'm thinking it might be some kind of, I don't know, configuration error with DR-DOS. I didn't have DR-DOS when I was young. So I'm going to be installing 6.22. Just in case we're not clear, I have the license agreements for these things here. And there's more. I have a whole stack of them. This one's even sealed. So, original diskettes, of course. Original diskettes, original diskettes. All the original diskettes. I'll, of course, be using a backup. No! Replace my current version of DOS. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna just stop it here for now and pick it up when it's actually booted up in DOS properly. Oh yeah! So that's the 6.22 setup. Let's see how that boots up now. Still making sure we have 640K of RAM. I haven't snuck in a meg or two. Alright, nothing to it. Let's see if, okay, so that's still stayed the same. Let's see if Wasteland works. Cool. Alright, how do I get out of this now? Spacebar, no. Escape. Save, no, and quit, yes. Alright, so now I will be going on to installing Windows 3.1. Now, I have the original discs somewhere, but I'm going to be using these because these guys are what I use. And, oh, that's missing it. It's missing it. It still works. There's like one file broken on this one, but whatever. These are the ones that I used when I was a teenager, like 12, 13, to install all my stuff, and they still work. So let's put them in. Alright, so it gave an interesting error there. This error is ringing a vague bell. No available extended memory was found. XMS driver not installed. I do remember the... Uh-oh. Alright, let me see if I can just get away with this. Do we even have a config? DOS, I know there was one of the roots, so let's just run that one. Let's try that again. We also have an NEC version of Windows 3.1 I could try. Not looking good. Let's try the NEC version. It doesn't like that either. How is this possible? Okay. Yeah. see, maybe I can ignore this setup. Accuracy. Right, so it's not looking good at the moment. I've actually downgraded to DOS 5 because I remember that's what the computer came with, the compact. Some of these error messages came up with EMM 386 and the HiMemSys. Again, over 20 years ago, I don't recall the exact error, but I do remember that HiMemSys did give an error on the compact, but it doesn't matter because it will not even attempt to start Windows 3.1. So what I'm going to do now is just restart here because it doesn't matter. Restore the full memory requirements and, well, the full 4 megs back, and install Windows 3.1 on DOS 5. Then take it back down to 640k and see if I can at least run it. I mean, I don't know. I guess that's the whole point of this experiment. Will it run? So I've already sort of proven that my memory has some holes in it. Let's just see what this will do. Alright, so back up to a full 4 megs. Oh, memory size mismatch. There it is. Still don't know where 384K went off to. Oh right, that's all shadowed and then operate all that other stuff. Reserved, okay. So in any case, what's going to happen now is, because I'm still getting failures with installing it on 640k, I'm going to attempt to now install it with the 4 megs, and let's see what happens here. Invalid parameter, okay, that's fine, I put that in there myself. 64k high memory area is available. Alright. Take that out of the auto exec. Alright, anyways, so I'm going to set it up, and no point in filming all of this, as you guys are probably very much aware of what a Windows 3.1 setup does look like. So I will meet you back here when this is all done. We'll reduce it back to 640k and see what's going on. Right, so here we are again. So Windows 3.1 has been installed with 4 megs of RAM. We're gonna skip tutorial, reboot, and in so doing, this value was 01, I believe. Yes. 640k, save it. Alright. Will Windows 3.1 work with 640k of RAM? Okay. CD Win 3.1 or 3.1. Oh, what about real mode? Your computer cannot run in Windows, or run Windows in either standard or 386 enhanced mode. Bloody hell. Right, so the experiment failed in one way or another. What I tried to do is to load Windows 3.1 onto this computer, having only 640k of memory, base memory, no expanded memory, no XMS, none of that. It didn't work. It started to ring bells from when I was a kid. Some memory line addresses were happening, but even in the end, when I installed 3.1 with 4 megs of RAM, reduced it to 640k, started to run it. This is 3.0, by the way. It didn't work. So the result is, no, you cannot, at least on this hardware, with the memory management that I had, didn't work. I went back to DOS 5. didn't work either. So it appears, just like this diskette here, that there are some bad sectors in my mind. And it's only going to get worse.